So we'll study a case, and with that information in that case, when they knock on the door, the case comes alive.
And that knock on the door, you don't really know who's going to answer it. You have a report that tells you who lives there, or at least some of the people who live there, but you don't know.
And a man answered who was, to my mind, physically intimidating. It just immediately got into my personal space. It made me feel very uncomfortable. He started to yell and to swear at me, and my response was genuine. It was somewhat fearful.
They didn't call for help, and somebody is saying they did something that might have harmed their children. And so just getting that kind of resistance, the family will match whatever the person at the door, the trainee, brings to them, which is kind of magical. Like, you know, if you come as an investigator with a bit of attitude and you're all large and in charge, then the family will kind of give you some pushback, because this is their house and their family, and they're the experts on what happens.
That anxiety is good to fuel, you know, their learning, because they want to do well. They have to find out how the injury happened to the child in the case. They have to have the child undressed. They have to be able to articulate to the family why they need to do that.
We also have our volunteers from our medical simulation, and they are standardized patients in Springfield in Chicago. We actually made a partnership with the Actors Guild in Chicago, and we're using professional actors.
They could be intimidating. They could be emotional. They could very accurately display having mental health issues, being under the influence. It was just a far more realistic setting than role play within a classroom. The reaction was very real. It was, oh boy, this could go sideways.
It feels very real for me. I feel the emotions and I feel everything. So when we go into the debriefing, I can talk to them, and if they said something that upset me, but they didn't realize it, to go back and be able to say, when you said this, it made me feel this way.
Probably the most realistic piece of simulations is that it's not like role play.
In role play, you would never get to that level. You would never then stop and have an actor tell you how they felt, or a facilitator say, you know, tell me which of those points in time, which of those communications felt the best to you. Where did you struggle?
It's real world, or as close to real world as we can get. Learning and improving before going out into the real world and doing this with actual people.